What's up you guys, my name is Mike Spiller and welcome back to another video. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, smash the like button, and let's get into this right now. Well, today we're going to talk about Mixcaft. I'm going to be teaching you how to use Mixcaft if you know absolutely nothing. Now, I love Mixcaft, it has such a great sound, it's very user friendly. I've been using Mixcaft for probably about 2 years now and I'm more than satisfied. Okay. As soon as you go into your Mixcaft, this is what you're gonna see. I'll make it full screen now. You can choose the amount of tracks that you want, instrument tracks. This is for the producers. I am not a producer, I am strictly a artist myself and I just record myself and I master on it. You can choose the audio tracks, but the amount of tracks right here is not really important because you can add as many as you want, and I'll do all this within the mix as well. So we're just gonna click on OK for now. And just go full screen. Alright, so what you see in front of you is your workspace on Mixcaft. This is what you see if you have a blank page. As you can see down below is your buttons for recording, skipping, playing, whatever. There is your metronome. There you can loop a track. There is your tempo. Over here you'll see a bunch of FX buttons. Okay, now the FX buttons, this is where you're going to be adding the effects on whatever it is that you recorded, or if you made a beat, whatever that is. Down here, this big FX button is going to be the master effects. All right, but that's a video for another time. I'll explain that later. Okay, so here are your audio tracks. Like I told you, within the mix, you can go here in this blank space. You can right click, then you can say you can add an audio track, add an instrument track. But you can only have, I cannot add another video track because you're only allowed to have one. So if you want to use Mixcaft, you can even use it for music videos, but it's going to have to be a one-take video, unless I've seen some people that know how to chop it in pieces, like a bunch of takes, and just know how to configure it easily. But Mixcaft is not the right software for video making unless it is a one take. Alright, this button right here, Alright, this is where you're gonna be recording. If you click this button, you see, it's gonna pick up my vocals. Once you arm the track, you can record on several tracks. Mine is not set like that right now. Then you click on this red button and that's gonna record your audio. I'll give you guys a sneak peek now. Over here, solo means if you wanna play that track individually alone. So everything else in the mix will be silent. Or you can mute that track if you want that particular one to be muted, meaning it has no sound. Okay, right here you have your panning bars. Panning means, like, I don't know how to explain this to somebody that doesn't know what panning is. Panning is like, have you ever put on your headphones and you can feel the audio sometimes? Some sounds are on the left side and some are on the right side. This is how you do that. You can pan it to the left or you can pan it to the right. Even in the middle somehow, you can, like, you see that? Halfway right or halfway, you can do whatever you want. People go crazy with this. It's a great way to give your mix some how can I say, some character, you know? Alright, awesome. So, before you start anything, I want you to go to File, click on Preferences. And here is where you have to make sure everything is perfect. Okay, so obviously you're going to choose your driver. Now, I highly recommend ASIO. I do not use ASIO on this laptop because for some reason it does not want to download. But so I'm using Wave right now, but I highly recommend ASIO. Okay, then your recording input. This is where you're going to put your microphone. Some people might use a sound card or a mixer as well. You can pick it up over here. If you do not, let me know in the comments if you guys have any questions and I'll try to answer as many of them as possible. Playback output, this is where you're going to choose whether it plays through the headphones or the speakers. Again, if you use a sound card, it's going to be much simpler because you can just plug and play with your headphones. Yeah, sample rate, all these things, it will depend on your PC, but usually as soon as you click on the driver, it automatically gives the best setting. At least that's how I understand it. If you need to pick up any, if some of your devices are not being picked up in Mixcaft, you can go to the mixer section. And then over here, you can see what is actually picked up. And if it's not picked up, you have to go to default device settings. No, not default device settings. You have to go to plugins and then manage plugins. And there That's where you're gonna choose your effects. Okay, anyway, we'll do that on the next video. This is not important for now. So yeah, after everything is set up, and you might want us, you want me, like, you might be wondering, like, when is this guy gonna get to the point? I want to record. Now, I made a video on how to record on Mixcaft, but I want to go into further detail in this video. Okay, so like I said, you're gonna click on the arm button on the audio track that you want to use for your recording. Now, as you can see, my vocals are there right in the middle. You don't want them to be too low. You also don't want them to be too high, otherwise they'll clip and it'll have a nasty sound. So I probably leave it about 61% or 60. And then I'm gonna record something real quick. Testing 1 2 1 2. Testing 1 2 1 2. Alright, so now in front of me I have a piece of audio that I recorded. I'm gonna double click on it. That'll bring me to here. Or you can just use that next to this undock button. There's a small stripe that you can click. That'll also bring you here. But that's the fastest way. All right, then we're gonna here the time. You don't need to worry about the time. Let's go to audio. You can change the pitch as well of your audio, meaning you can make the voice deeper or higher over here. All right. So the first thing I do is I normalize it to bring it to its true value. So let's listen to what we recorded. Testing 1 2 1 2. Testing 1 2 1 2. Now, after you recorded your sound, it's very, very crucial that you pay attention to background noise. What I mean by that is anything that you hear that is not supposed to be there. Now let's listen to it again and pay close attention and listen if you can hear anything in the background. Testing 1 2 1 2. Testing 1 2 1 2. Okay, so it is pretty clean. However, it can never be too clean. I guess you can say it like that. I always feel like there's always room for improvement. So what I do is I go here. You see this bar right here? This is your noise reduction bar. This is gonna reduce that background noise if you pick it up in your mix. But you need to be careful on how high you set it, because keep in mind, it has to alter the entire audio track. So the more noise reduction you put on, it's gonna make your voice sound robotic. So you actually legit, well, what works for me is I only use 10%. You see, there, noise start, noise end. So I'm gonna drag my noise start to where my audio starts, and the noise end, pay attention, you're just gonna put it just next to that line. It just, I don't know why, but it just works like that. Testing 1 2 1 2. Testing 1 2 1 2. And there we have our recording. Alright, so this is part 1. I will make another part 2 where I actually teach you guys how to, add effects to your sound. It's gonna differ from person to person, but I hope you guys stay tuned for that. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I want to remind you to please hit that subscribe button. Smash that like button for me as well. We're trying to get to 100 subscribers before the end of this month. So yeah, guys, my name is Mike Spiller. I'll see you guys in a bit.